What is interesting though is a little subplot that's happening, which I like to call the Asia Cup subplot. So India is already pretty much qualified. You have the 4 plates on the table, as we talked about on the Hindi show, Zach, Ashu and me. They've got 4 plates at the table. You've got Australia, England, New Zealand and India. Every now and then somebody comes and changes that plate or puts their fork or puts their glass. Right now there are 3 people who are standing at the table going, can I put mine in? Which is the little Asia Cup subplot. You've got Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. All 3 of them are saying, all right, we are hopeful of jamming our plate onto that table, on the top of that table, where those 4 are. But this comes with a lot of terms and conditions. Do you want to explain those? Because you just did. When we were in the green room, you sort of figured it all out of who has to beat who and what has to happen.
The team which has made this possible so far, this excitement, which were actually, it was going towards that it's going to be, that back end is going to be pretty stale because, we're just going to be waiting for who is number 1, 2, 3, 4, that kind of a scenario with 4 teams being already selected. But now, the Sri Lanka game against England has opened up things very nicely. And you look at Sri Lanka's campaign now. Who are they playing against? They're playing against South Africa, West Indies, who have not had such a great World Cup so far.
Man, it's
so
really,
that can work for their advantage. So they have to beat India badly. If they win all the 3, they're going to end up at 12 points because they're already at 6 points. So mathematically, if they can get that kind of momentum going, if not 12, they can at least get to 10 points, which is going to put pressure immensely on England, because if you look at England's fixtures, they're playing Australia, so one team is going to lose there. And they are playing
the
India
other 3 basically, right? They are playing the other 3 who are in the top 4.
They still have to get to 12. Because 11 points makes you secure to go through, in a way.
12 makes you sure.
12 makes you sure. So at 10 points, if England has to win only 1 game now, because they got tough games, Australia, India and New Zealand, anything can happen.
They're playing the other 3 in the top 4.
And they're playing table toppers. These top 3 teams they are playing, which is going to put more pressure. So I think for England, it's become a little bit of a tricky scenario and situation. Maybe that one rain-affected game might come to haunt them, because at one point in this scenario, they can't afford to win 1 game. They have to win 2 games to go through to the semi-finals, wherein Australia, India, New Zealand, they are sitting pretty because they've already passed that. Plus, their fixtures are relatively easy. India needs 1 game to get to 11. Australia needs 1 game to get to 12. So that will actually secure them. Here at the bottom, if you look at Pakistan also, that's another interesting thing. They just have to beat New Zealand in the next match. And with that momentum of the previous match which they've won against South Africa and New Zealand, that will get them through to Afghanistan and Bangladesh, because that is you would always want
the little Asia Cup subplot.
Exactly. So they can get to 11 points. So for England, it's a must to get to 12 points. And this is World Cup pressure which we are talking about.
Oh, man.
So from being the strongest team of the World Cup, one of the strongest teams, England now got themselves in this kind of a soup.
This is what in Delhi.
I was just going to say, it's not a tricky situation. They put themselves in quicksand, really. And they really have to get themselves out.
You've got to just keep pedaling and pedaling. This is what in Delhi we used to call, if they qualify, this is what we call LLMP. Latak ke metric pass. Right?
No, but those teams actually are
dangerous sides.
Dangerous to play once they get to the semi-finals. Because you just imagine the kind of pressure England team is under at the moment. The talks must be that, hang on, we are we're supposed to be number 1 ranked team in the world right now, and we are now got ourselves in a scenario and losing to Sri Lanka, who has not been in greatest of form,
and that too with a 230 score.
And Pakistan also, who were coming off such a loss against West Indies. They could have actually closed the tournament there, for if not their spot there, they could have just been at the tabletop, but has not happened. So that's something which will actually help them if they get through this phase.
Correct.
Because now it's pretty much knockout games for them as well. To win 2 out of 3 is immense pressure, and especially when you're playing against stronger teams in the tournament. So that is something, if they get through, will go a long way for them to play the semi-final.
100%. So right now they're under the pump.
Yeah.
If they win these next 2 out of 3 games, they'll go into the knockouts with tremendous amount of confidence.
Then they'll win.
Then you never, that confidence could carry them through.
Yeah.